Eggs make the world go round, at least according to this weird and psychedelic world that we have found ourselves in. The food is weird, the people are weird, but I enjoyed my time here. Whether it was going through a complete mad midlife crisis with a character, or someone who was just genuinely hungry. Others wanted entertainment, but in this wacky world, we're here to walk around with our frying pan and sometimes give some hungry people something to ponder over. And with our endless supply of eggs that are always cooked over easy, we get started with Arctic eggs. Now, before getting into this fully, just so you know, this is going to be rather short, as you can see with the length of this video, but it's also not going to be extremely in-depth as my other reviews are. Instead, it's going to be more of a vibes. So when you first start this game, you're asked about cooking eggs on top of Mount Everest, but also that you tried to escape and you're stripped from all of your functions except for walking and cooking, which is apparently all you really need. Most people we interact with during our time in the game, they either say something meaningful or insightful, while others spout nonsense at you. But I was always eager to engage with somebody, whether it was for determining if they wanted me to actually cook for them or have them talk about their life, something maybe completely random and off the wall. It kept me looking forward to each engagement to determine, oh, this person looks a little funky. I wonder what they're gonna have me cook for them. I hope it's maybe not cigarettes and cockroaches. Because that's right, not only do you get to experience the random snippets of these characters' personalities with all the nonsense that they babble on occasion, but also you get to deal with their wacky form of food that they bring to the table. Some people want beer or ice with their eggs, cooked on the same skillet. Maybe they want sardines, cigarettes, or bullets. And all of these change the gameplay as well. The bullets explode. When you cook the sardines, you have to first pop the container and allow the fish to fly out and then cook the fish on both sides. Yet the cigarettes are fairly simple, as just simple timers that you have to of course keep in the pan the entire time that you're cooking the rest of the ingredients, but do it in a short time frame. They force you to cook everything as quickly as possible while still completing this person's request for fine dining. And each item added gives another wrinkle to the egg flipping nonsense that made me appreciate this game and enjoy the insanity on display. As you play and learn the tips and tricks of this frying pan, you gain skills in the art of wrist flipping and such. You can also adjust the intensity of your movements by taking your hand and sliding it up or down the handle of the pan. The controls, weirdly enough, are very responsive and pretty intuitive. I found myself completing requests on the first attempt more times than I anticipated. I thought that I would struggle on a few that threw a curveball out there, but the controls allowed me to just manage things on my plate, pun intended, and serve up the best dish that's requested of me. Your goal in this game is basically to feed everyone asking to be fed. Some citizens just want to chat, while others don't want to talk to you at all. You're constantly hearing stories and snippets about the person in charge, the Saint of Six Stomachs. Once you get to him by the end of the game by feeding almost 30 other people, he has you cook and feed him an increasing number of eggs. And that's it. You start off with 1, all the way up to 6. Once you finish, you shake his hand, and you're whisked away on a ship, just flying through the city. You crash land on the top of Mount Everest, where you aren't tasked to cook any more eggs, or even asked about that initial question at the start of the game. Can you cook eggs on top of Mount Everest? Because I truly don't know. But the person that's with you stares at your crashed ship and comments, "Cooked on both sides, as always." Absolutely beautiful. What does this even mean? And why is this reference to the cooking of eggs related to a crash landing on the side of a mountain? We're never given these answers, and there are a lot of questions that I have about this game, and again, you don't get answers to any of them. But yet, at the top of the mountain, you find a chicken on a small stack of rocks that you can reach your hand out to and pet the chicken. As the screen fades to black, you're taken back to the start screen. And that's the end of Arctic Eggs. It's a weird stylized PS2 representation of literal nonsense, but I loved it. Every step of the way I had fun, I laughed at the silliness and the people around me, the weirdly non-human features that some of these people had. Simple and beautiful environments, with goofy yet sometimes endearing writing that through the dialogue was presented directly to you from these characters. A game doesn't always have to make sense, or be the most fun thing in the world, but Arctic Eggs manages to impress me regardless of how little it makes sense. It was interesting, it was funny, challenging, and just enough nonsense. For $7 and about 2 hours of your time, it is well worth the experience. I hope you go out there and enjoy it, just like I hope you enjoyed this slightly different format that I'm used to doing, and I'll probably do something similar with smaller games in the future, but that'll be it for me. Do all the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, comment, of course you all know what it is, and I'll see you next time.